Washington's response now appears measured, not immediate. As reported by Yury Ushakov, the United States is unlikely to rush to fulfill Ukraine's latest weapons requests. He indicates that American priorities may lie elsewhere, suggesting a broader redistribution of military resources. The remarks point to a growing gap between Kyiv's urgent demands and Washington's current pace of decision-making.
Yes, we are holding peace talks with the Americans. In fact, the American mediators are helping to hold these talks. But the Americans maintain their relations with Ukraine, of course. And probably Zelensky did not send a single letter to Washington.
Ushakov also highlights repeated outreach from Volodymyr Zelensky, stating that more than one letter has been sent to the US administration seeking additional arms. As reported, this reflects sustained efforts by Kyiv to secure support amid intensifying pressures. The emerging picture suggests a contrast: continued appeals from Ukraine alongside a more deliberate response from Washington, underscoring evolving dynamics in external backing for the war effort.
I think that the Americans need arms in another place. I do not think that the Americans will immediately run to fulfill these requests or demands of Ukraine.
Ukraine's air defense crisis is now out in the open. As reported, President Volodymyr Zelensky has sent a special letter to US President Donald Trump and Congress, urgently seeking more systems. The appeal underscores a growing gap between battlefield threats and available protection, with Kyiv warning that its current capabilities are increasingly under strain amid intensifying Russian aerial attacks. Zelensky's message carries a stark admission. As reported, he says, Ukraine relies almost exclusively on the United States for protection against ballistic missiles. That dependence is now under pressure, with Kyiv warning that supply rates no longer match the scale of incoming threats, raising serious concerns about the sustainability of its air defense shield in the face of continued strikes.
This week, I prepared a special letter, a letter addressed to the President of the United States and to Congress. And yesterday, the letter was officially delivered to the institutions in Washington. It is quite rare for the leader of another state to address both the President and Congress of the United States simultaneously with a letter. But the situation now requires action, swift and effective action. It is important that America hears Ukraine. We understand that much of the world's attention is currently focused on the war in Iran.
The urgency comes after a sharp escalation on the battlefield. As reported, Russia launched 90 missiles and 600 drones in a massive assault, while also warning of new long-range strikes targeting Kyiv's decision-making centers. The scale and intensity of these attacks are stretching Ukraine's defenses, exposing vulnerabilities as interception systems struggle to keep pace with the volume of incoming fire. At the same time, Kyiv is confronting a shifting global landscape. As reported, Ukrainian officials acknowledge that significant international attention is now focused on the conflict involving Iran. This shift risks diverting US resources and political focus, potentially complicating Ukraine's efforts to secure additional air defense systems at a moment when demand is rapidly rising. Officials in Ukraine are also raising alarms over dwindling interceptor stockpiles. As reported, concerns are mounting that limited Patriot systems and other Western-supplied defenses may not withstand sustained bombardment. With supply pipelines struggling to keep pace and threats intensifying, Kyiv's latest outreach signals a critical juncture in its ability to defend against ongoing missile and drone attacks.